to the Football Fanzone podcast. I'm Carl Diamond, and with me I've got Liam Edney.
Hello.
And Aaron.
Hello.
So why not start off with the biggest news of today, the new international tournament. I can honestly say I've been staying away from social media today and haven't seen anything about it, so fill me in.
It's really confusing. I'm just going to let Aaron explain because I don't understand.
Right. It's the most confusing thing ever. It's a league. So firstly, it's completely different to anything you've ever had. Then we go, there's 4 leagues. I just can't explain it. Like, I'm sorry, guys.
there's 4 leagues. The teams are seeded, right?
Yeah, there's 4 leagues. You have 4 groups in each league, and in each group you have either 4 teams or 3 teams as you get higher up in the leagues. England have been drawn against Croatia and Spain in our group, for example.
Oh, brilliant.
Which we play them home and away. So we'll play 4 games overall in our group.
Yeah, and they're played in September, October, and November of this year. The first games in the groups.
Yeah. So for example, let's start from League D. For example, we have teams like Azerbaijan, San Marino, Gibraltar, all these not very good teams.
Mm-hmm.
But whoever comes top of their groups in there, they'll get promoted to the League C, which is a bit weird. And then you think, what happened to teams in League C? Do they just get bigger groups? No. Whoever comes at the bottom of the groups in League C get relegated to League D.
I think that part makes sense. Because otherwise it would just be the same teams every single tournament. Whereas you've got to have... But, just say out of nowhere, Scotland went on and won the World Cup. They wouldn't then be put into Group A though, because you only get promoted for the next one. So Scotland could win the World Cup, but then only be in League B on the next tournament.
Scotland aren't in the World Cup.
No, obviously not the next World Cup.
I don't understand. So when do the next set of games get played?
Well, these games they start in September, and then we play September, October, and November.
And then you have playoffs.
Then you'll have basically the top of the groups. In League D, C, and B, they'll get promoted to the league above, for example. But people in Group A, whoever comes at the top of those teams, so we have teams like France, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Italy, Portugal, England, and Spain. Whoever comes top of there, they go into a mega group, I'll call it.
I just come up with names there.
Yeah,
I'm just coming up with names because it's a mess. But you have a mega group, and then all of those teams will have their own little league where they all play each other.
Oh, I thought it was a playoff. What?
Is it a playoff? I don't know.
I thought it was playoffs in March to determine who won. It's another league. That's too confusing, surely.
I think it is another league, and then you play that. Yeah, the 4 groups within League A advance to the Final 4 competition.
Yeah, so it's like a playoff. So you've got so like the championship playoff, so it'd just be 2 semis and then a final, I presume.
Oh yeah, it's like a draw, isn't it? Sorry.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. But there is 4 Euro spaces up for grabs, which is the good part. That's the part I like. Because it's given other teams chances to get Euro qualifying before the actual other qualifiers.
So how do they get a Euro place?
I don't know. Euro places up for grabs.
Oh, I don't understand.
Yeah,
it is.
I think
horrible.
Once the tournament's happened once, we'll all get used to it, and then it'll be a good thing, because I do think it is a good thing. I think it's just really confusing, because it's a brand new tournament, brand new setup. But once it's happened once, I think we'll get used to it, and it'll be something we look forward to, because it's better than just having international friendlies all year round, or World Cup qualifiers. Like, England they won't have an easy group like San Marino and stuff. They'll have some big teams to play, which England fans can get excited about.
Yeah. It definitely makes sense from that perspective. It just seems like a overcomplicated way to do it.
And there's another chance for countries to win silverware.
Speaking of silverware, the Carabao Cup is taking place right now, currently 1-1. Good game.
Yeah, Arsenal Chelsea is really open actually. Just end to end at the minute. Arsenal and Chelsea are both going for it. I think they both actually care about this tournament because they know Premier League's over. So try to get silverware as possible.
Yeah, I mean, classic Wenger.
Yeah, but on the other hand, Premier League's over. But if you get to the final, you've got to play against Man City. So
That's true.
I don't know.
Probably got City's name on it yet because despite being a City fan, I'm not sure.
I don't think City are going to win it.
You're mad.
No, are you on about the Premier League or the Carabao Cup? Sorry.
The Carabao Cup.
I don't think City are going to win the Carabao Cup. I think they'll play a strong team, but I think the winner of this will just... I think the quadruple's so hard to do, and the Carabao Cup's the one that they could lose and it doesn't really mean anything. Because if you're doing the treble, FA Cup over Carabao Cup every day of the week.
Yeah, depending on how this game goes, because both teams are a little bit unstable at the moment. But
surely City players have got to get tired, though. You can't be that good all the time. Like, you've got to not be good at one point. And that's going to come soon, surely. Because they can't be... They're just so good all the time. De Bruyne's just so energetic all the time. He's going to just take a break.
He does take a break. Sometimes he goes a bit deeper.
Yeah, but he doesn't have bad games. His bad games still like most players' good games.
Yeah, probably right.
I just don't think City will be able to keep it up, and either Chelsea or Arsenal might be able to do it in the Carabao Cup final. I think final of a tournament, anything goes. Form was out the window when it comes to the final of the tournament.
Yeah, I think Arsenal definitely if they get through.
Well, you've seen that in the FA Cup final last year.
Yeah. After
beating Chelsea, the people who just won the league.
And they beat us in the semi-finals as well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. So I don't know. I always believe in Arsenal when it comes to cup competitions domestically. So I think they got every chance of doing it.
Fair enough. And as we move on to another English Cup, the FA Cup, which takes place this weekend, some good fixtures in there this weekend.
Liverpool got West Brom, which I think Pardew's not having a great time with it. So in the league anyway, so maybe try to do something in the FA Cup. And you see Liverpool just lost to Swansea, bottom of the league, so it's possible.
Yeah, West Brom against Liverpool is always a tough one.
Yeah, United are away at Yeovil, which you expect some younger players to get a chance there.
You say that, but this is a Mourinho side. He won't play his younger players. I think he'll just...
he's not going to go full 11 against Yeovil away. I think players will get in there.
I can imagine seeing Lukaku, Rashford, Pogba in there, definitely. Smalling, Jones.
I think Pogba will be, because they play Pogba whenever they can, really. Because he played in the Bristol City game as well, didn't he? When they lost.
Yeah, he did.
I think they'll be a bit annoyed that they can't give Sanchez his debut, because pretty sure he'll be cup tied there.
I think Sanchez's debut's against Tottenham, isn't it?
Or did Sanchez play for Arsenal in the first round? Because if not, he won't be cup tied against Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if he did.
So he could end up getting his debut away at Yeovil.
Yeah.
Which, that'll be interesting to see. He might have some fun there. Chance to get an early... Because there's always... When you go to a new club, you want to score especially as attacker.
Yeah.
You want to get a goal as soon as possible. So if you're playing Yeovil, that's a great chance to just get the goal, get the pressure off, and then take it from there.
And then straight on to Spurs.
Yeah. And if he gets 2 against Yeovil, then he goes into Spurs on great form, great confidence. That's what you want, really.
Yeah.
But speaking of that, United starting 11. Who do you leave out for Sanchez?
Rashford.
No,
but they're starting Martial and Lingard on the wings at the moment. Out of those two, you leave now because they're both in really good form. Not a great Lingard fan, but can't deny he's in amazing form right now. It'd be a bit of a shame to see Sanchez just come straight in to take his place.
Yeah.
I think because I've seen that Wenger wants to play him on the wing. He doesn't want to play him up front. He obviously spent all that money on Lukaku. Did I say Wenger?
Yeah.
Mourinho
spent all that money on Lukaku.
Wenger did like playing Sanchez up front. So, yeah. But I think Mourinho wants to play him on the wing. So it's going to be either Lingard or Martial to miss out, which is a shame for either of them.
Yeah, I would say current form's got to be Lingard. in the team. I mean, not getting dropped.
Yeah, but then they spent so much money on Martial at the time when they got him, so they want to just bench him. I don't think Mourinho cares about that, to be honest.
You have to think about how Mourinho has treated youth in the past. So obviously now he's not treating Rashford with the respect he deserves. Rashford, I'd say, was maybe the second best England player, third, because Dele Alli and Kane. I think last season Rashford was just amazing. He was insane.
I don't think Carl's going to agree with you on that. Third
definitely
best.
don't.
Thing. He's going to say John Stones.
I would have said Raheem Sterling, sir.
Last season?
Yeah. I'm saying this season, you can't judge Rashford because
I think
he hasn't got...
Definitely up there, but then if you look at the form they're in, why would you not play Lingard and Martial? He's just got to accept that he needs to wait on one of them to drop off before he can get his chance back in the team.
I think this whole thing might be happening because maybe Sanchez is going to play as a striker. Maybe they're going to... Lukaku. They won't bin Lukaku. I think with Sanchez, he's a massive character, is the nicest way to put it. But
that puts Ibra like third in line striker, which
I don't think Ibra is even in plans.
I think Sanchez will play on the wing for United. I think he'll play on the wing. I think they'll probably bin Lingard. I think Mourinho doesn't care. He'll just bin Lingard, stick Sanchez on the wing. Lingard was a good super sub before he was starting, and just do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Martial and Lingard both very good off the bench as well. So
yeah. Other games this weekend in the FA Cup. Chelsea got another Premier League team in Newcastle. I mean, that'll be interesting. It's at the Bridge. I think I'd prefer it to be at St James's Park. I think it'd be more of an open game. Bit annoying because Newcastle, they can't use Kennedy because he'll be against Chelsea.
Yeah.
See if they can get any signings in by then because they're linked with strikers at the moment all over the place.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. They seem to be linked with a lot of big, tall strikers, which surprises me.
Mitrovic just sat there like, please.
The problem with Mitrovic is his attitude, and I don't think Rafa has it in him to have the patience for it. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think Rafa can control Mitrovic. As we've seen previously, I think he scored a goal against, I think it was Chelsea, like last season. And then he went in and just instantly got a red card because he was mouthing off. And you don't want to see a player get sent off and mouthing off. If you're a Chelsea fan, you're probably used to it. But
surely you'd rather a player that mouths off but still scores than Hosselu. Because I know I'd much rather Mitrovic than Hosselu.
But Rafa's whole game plan is composure, so he can't have players getting hot-headed at all.
He's a very calm manager. He wants a calm team. That's why Shelvey's a bit of a wild card. Most games he goes in calm, but then you get that one game where
he just kicks someone.
It just goes. He goes off. But I think they do need to boost their attack because they got Jacob Murphy, is it?
Yeah.
Or is it Josh?
I think it's Jacob that's at Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
Norwich. I think Jacob Murphy. Yeah, I think if Newcastle do manage to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge, which would be a tall task, but with Chelsea playing tonight, they might not put a full 11 out. So that'll be what Rafa's hoping for. But I think if Newcastle are going to win, Murphy will be a key factor to that. I think he is one of their best players at the moment, form-wise.
The problem with you saying that Chelsea won't put a full 11 out, they've got Antonio Conte. They have Antonio Conte as a manager.
Mm-hmm. Saying that,
I think giving up Karen.
He's infamous of just he'll run his players into the ground. He doesn't care. He'll just run into the ground, and then if they get tired, he'll be like, "Okay, you're dead." And then he'll stop them.
That's why to start. But I'd expect players like maybe Barkley, Drinkwater. I'd expect players like that to start maybe, which Chelsea fans probably prefer over Bakayoko anyway. At the moment. But yeah, I think if Newcastle do have a chance, it's going to come down to players like Murphy. I think they maybe should give Marino another go. I really like him in midfield. Seems to stop playing him a lot at the moment. I think his ball playing skills are brilliant.
Who do they play in the midfield at the moment?
They have Shelvey. They have Hayden.
Diame.
They're playing Diame a lot at the moment, and he's just rubbish. He should not be near that team. Shouldn't be anywhere near the Premier League, if you ask me. I think another big FA Cup game this weekend is Southampton and Watford, because they had that 2-2 game a couple of weeks ago, where Southampton went 2-0 up and then threw away at Vicarage. And obviously Watford just sacked the manager. Southampton look like they might sack the manager soon.
He's on the thread, isn't he, Pellegrino?
Yeah, I think the Tottenham drawn against Tottenham probably might have saved him. But I think now that Marcus Silva's available, Southampton should just bin Pellegrino, get in Marcus Silva, and avoid relegation. Because I think if they get Marcus Silva, there's no way they're going down.
Definitely.
They're not. I know Marcus Silva got relegated the whole last season, but they were in a lot worse shape than Southampton are right now. Southampton still have a decent team. I don't think they're playing for Pellegrino anymore.
I disagree. After the match against Tottenham, the Saints are playing.
Yeah, but I don't think that's for Pellegrino. I think that was just they stepped up for the big match. I think Marcus Silva would be brilliant at Southampton. I think he'd get them back to where they should be, which is about 7th, 8th in the table, around there, top 10 at least. Not Definitely. In any relegation battles.
Another big game. City, we've got Cardiff this weekend.
In Wales.
So
after seeing how well Bristol did against you, I can't count out Cardiff.
Definitely not. Who knows? Be an interesting game. Hopefully, a couple players rotated here and there.
Yeah. Danilo might start instead of Zinchenko, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Carl Walker might not start because he hurt his head last night and had to get taken off after that fight. He carried on for another couple minutes and then Pep took him off. I don't know if that was just caution or because he was actually injured.
Yeah, with
Carl Walker start.
With the pace he plays at, I'm definitely not against him getting rested in these competitions. If
Yeah.
Unless we're playing Premier League sides. I mean, I say that Cardiff are in pretty good form, so it's probably going to be a tougher game than people are expecting, I think.
Yeah, I looked into when Bristol City did face City, and it was very confusing because Bristol City in the Championship, I think in the last 4 games, they've lost 3. So between this Manchester United win and the fight they put up against Manchester City, I don't understand where it's gone in the Championship. They're obviously using it all in the cups, but it's just unfortunate to see them kicked out so early. I'd rather see them maybe in like a final. Imagine Bristol City in a final. I haven't seen that in quite some time.
Yeah, I think Arsenal and Chelsea would definitely open it. Bristol got to the final instead of City, but I think if Bristol did get to the final, they would have given Arsenal and Chelsea a very good game. Either one of them.
Yeah, Arsenal particularly, I think, would have been...
Yeah, after you see what Forest did to them.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant to see. If Bristol City got to the final and then beat Arsenal, that would be amazing.
Yeah, definitely. In Spain, big game this weekend, Valencia versus Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's huge. That is huge. Valencia
4th, isn't it?
4th, 3rd.
Oh, it's 4th, 3rd.
Yeah, Madrid on 40 points, Valencia on 45. Madrid have a game in hand, but that is huge. Obviously, Madrid did just win 7-1 last week. So
Ronaldo back on the score sheet.
Yeah, will Ronaldo play though? We did get that really bad cut in his eye, so we might need a couple of weeks off, bit of plastic surgery, Botox or something. Keep it lifted. So
you can't hate the man.
His header was brilliant. He knew he was going to get kicked in the face, and they were like 5-1 up, and he still went for the header to get the goal.
It's like Edison.
So yeah, see, you can't really have a go at him, but yeah, Madrid back on form. Obviously, Valencia playing extremely well at the minute. I think that's going to be a great game. I wouldn't be surprised if Madrid won it, because I think they will win the next couple of games on the trot and get themselves back up to 2nd, or at least 3rd, close to Atletico. I still think they will finish 2nd this season, but
I'm not sure.
It'll be interesting to see if Zidane stays in Madrid after this season. I think that all depends on Champions League, because the league looks over, but if Madrid still win the Champions League, then Zidane probably will keep his job. But if PSG knock him out,
it's a massive game in the Champions League, though, isn't it? PSG.
I think PSG Madrid. I think that is for Zidane's job, that game.
Yeah,
I think.
definitely. I think that the way that the Real Madrid board will see it is if they lose to PSG, that PSG have become the new power. I think that's how they'll see it, and they'll be like, we need to change something now.
I think PSG beat Real Madrid. Real Madrid will sack Zidane, get a new manager in, and chuck a bid in for Neymar straight away.
Probably
We know you
probably the Madridsters, as they call themselves. Still confused by the name, but they call themselves the Madridsters. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, did you not know that? They've always called themselves that.
Stupid name.
But basically, they like Zidane because of his so-say man management.
Yeah, well, we won 2 Champions Leagues on the trot.
I think what he's done with Nacho Fernandez is incredible, because under previous managers, Nacho Fernandez was not even nowhere near starting. And then Zidane comes in, and he scored 2 goals. He's holding back. He's basically like Ramos, but he actually defends. And you have to admit, Ramos is a very attacking centre-back. We can see by the
he's still defends. He's still
injury time winners.
But I think Zidane is a great manager, but this is football. If you have a bad run of form, you're going to lose your job. It's just the way it is now. We still have Marcus Silva. It's just the way it is now. Zidane won 2 Champions Leagues on the trot, but he's basically already given up the league to Barcelona, and if they don't go through the next round of the Champions League, then I think they've got to sack him.
That's what Zidane said about him signing a new 5-year deal, wasn't it? He said he came out and he was told in a press conference, they were like, okay, how's the new long-term contract? I bet you're glad of safety. And he was like, doesn't guarantee safety at all.
Yeah. No. But the also thing is, would they sack him? Because who's available right now to be the next manager? You say that, but Barca, they sacked Luis Enrique, brought in, I forgot his name. Well, but Barca always do. They always have another one lined up, coming up through the system. It tends to work, but with Madrid, they go for the big name managers. They went for Benitez, Ancelotti, Zidane. They had
That was
Mourinho.
not a big name. He was Real Madrid B's coach.
No. Yes, but he's still... No, but Aaron, what I'm saying is, he's a big name. Zinedine Zidane's one of the best players that ever lived. They go for the big name managers. Who will they get?
Pochettino was rumoured to go to Barca.
Yeah, I think...
Pochettino went to Real Madrid.
Oh, Pochettino goes. Tottenham fans will be so scared. Pochettino brings Dele Alli and Harry Kane with him. Oh,
that Real Madrid team would be gross.
Oh my word! Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who else. There isn't a whole lot available right now. Obviously, Ancelotti's available, but they don't want Ancelotti back. I can't imagine. So maybe they'll stick with Zidane to the end of the season. Then
Ranieri, he's still in the picture. I think
he's just not on that new job, isn't he? He's not been there that long. Doing pretty well.
It started the season, wasn't it? And he's doing a brilliant job.
Was it start of the season? Yeah, maybe it was. Yeah, so I don't think he'll go anywhere soon. Wenger will be available soon, probably.
Antonio Conte.
Oh, that's a good shout. Conte, yeah, because there's no way Conte's going to be Chelsea manager next season.
No.
So, yeah, Conte's probably where they go, and he knows that at Real Madrid he'll have the funds to spend. So, you won't have any issues there.
Definitely give him the back end, yeah.
Probably won't be forced to sign Ross Barkley and Peter Crouch either. So, that would be pretty funny if he got the Real Madrid job and they were like, we're going to put a bid in for Ross Barkley, by the way.
Well,
so heartbroken.
What season is this for Mourinho? Because he only does normally 3 years at a club. And they lose, don't he?
2. Season 2.
Ooh.
But normally he wins it in his first season and then starts going downhill, whereas he hasn't won it yet, so he might stick it out.
This could be the odd one out.
But I don't think Mourinho will go back to Madrid. I think Mourinho wants PSG next. And I think PSG want Mourinho, so... pretty good.
Because PSG's manager at the moment, he's not brilliant. He's not a genius. He's all right. He's an okay manager, but the thing is, when you have the funds of PSG, first of all...
Yeah, well, it kind of feels like he's not managing the team anymore. It kind of feels like Neymar's managing the team now.
I mean, they've mended that bit between him and Cavani, as it seems.
Yeah, but behind closed doors, Neymar's still dictating what happens. There's no way you spend that much money on a player and then you tell him what to do. Neymar's got the whole of PSG under his thumb.
I mean, he had a game and a half against, who was it? Was it
Dion? Was it Dion?
Dion, I don't know.
Yeah.
Scored 4, didn't he? Assisted once, or was it twice?
I don't know, something ridiculously easy. Yeah. Well, we're almost finished January, so transfer season is at its peak. There's a lot of rumours going around at the moment. Obviously, we've said it a couple times, but Chelsea linked with God knows how many big, tall, British target man.
They don't normally go for over 30 players, do they?
Yeah, but
Players
apparently,
over the age of 30.
well, I've just seen earlier that the Dzeko deal could be almost complete.
Well, because
So-
they've signed that Palmeira, the left back.
Is
A
that
bit
done?
worrying for Marcus Alonso. Basically, they just need to agree terms.
Okay.
I think the price is about 25 million-ish. But you have to worry for Alonso, because Alonso isn't a bad player by far. So why are you buying another left back?
I think it's cover. They don't really have a cover for Alonso.
You cannot use Palmeira as a cover. He's
Well, then Alonso would cover. I don't know. Rotate. Their squad depth is ridiculous. They do need another left back, so that makes sense. But I think the big news is Dzeko, like struggling to score recently. Obviously, they scored 4 the weekend, but before that, they were struggling to score for how many games? Morata's gone through this mad dry spell. Conte obviously, doesn't think Batshuayi is good enough, so he's just chucked a bid in for Dzeko, who destroyed them with Roma. So I think Dzeko coming back to the Premier League in the form he's in could be huge. Kyle, a Man City linked with anyone at the minute?
Couple of players. I just wanted to add on about Marcus Alonso. I think that I'm not too sure offhand how old Jordi Alba is, but I could see him replacing Jordi Alba at Barcelona.
Yeah.
I think Jordi Alba is in his late 20s. I think he's about 29 or something.
Yeah, which at the pace that he plays at, I don't know how long he can carry on. Yeah, we're seems like we're back on the Aymeric Laporte train, which I'm not on, to be honest.
A lot of money. It's a lot of money for a not Premier League proven player.
Yeah. I mean,
We say that, but Pogba.
Yeah, but that's different, I think. Because Pogba, you can tell by the way he plays, he's going to be good anywhere. Laporte, I don't know, I think he's a hit or miss. He could be brilliant, and if he is, then 6 million. But do they need a 6 million player? Because Otamendi and Stones are both playing very well. I think it's backup centre-backs they need.
yeah.
60 million on a backup centre-back is a lot of money.
Well, I think, say, backup centre-back, I feel like he's coming in to replace Kompany, and Kompany, if he was fully fit, I don't think would be a backup. They would probably rotate.
Yeah.
But 60 million for a rotational player is very expensive.
Yeah, especially when apparently it's looking like West Brom might be letting Johnny Evans go for about 20 million at the moment.
Well, I don't want Johnny Evans either, but that's beside the point.
No, but for a rotational player, he's a pretty solid centre-back.
He's also 30 years old and played for Man United.
That's a good point. Yeah, ex-United. But yeah, I do think 6 million for Laporte is ridiculous. Are they linked with anyone else?
Well, there was the Umtiti rumours, and to be honest, I think I'd rather have Umtiti than Laporte.
They died down though, didn't they? After like a week.
Yeah, they did die down. I don't know.
You will not touch him, Titty.
I
think
he's got a release clause though. That's the thing.
he does,
he has.
He wants
That's
to
the worrying part.
and it's cheaper than Laporte's.
Yeah, I'd like to Jack a bit in. That'd be nice.
If you think about it, if you're in Titty, right, you're at Barcelona right now on the form
Mascherano's
that
just
your
left.
team are on. Mascherano's left. PK is getting old. You could be like the next Puyol.
I think that's a bit far. I don't think anyone's going to be the next Puyol, but yeah, he definitely see himself starting in that team, which I think. But if anyone's going to convince him to leave Barcelona, it's Pep Guardiola.
Mm-hmm.
Because Pep Guardiola will be like, well, I've just built a new Barcelona, so come to me.
Yeah, Laporte, to me, from when I have very rarely seen him play, and from doing a bit of research on him, he's quite a John Stones style player, and I'm a big fan of John Stones. So I'd prefer somebody if we are gonna. It seems weird considering Otamendi just signed new deals. So if we were gonna get, because I'm happy with John Stones, if we were to get a new partner for John Stones to rotate with Otamendi, I'd like someone a bit more physical. Because if there's one complaint about Otamendi and John Stones, they're not the biggest, strongest centre backs. They're fairly composed, but they're not. That's why I like Umtiti. He offers a bit more of a physical game.
Does Mangala not do anything for you?
Mangala does absolutely nothing for you. If anything, he does do things for me, but they're not. They're bad. They're very bad.
That one good game.
Yeah, it was that game where he was like, didn't fuck up.
What about the time he wore that mask?
Yeah,
it was pretty cool then.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did that a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think he might be my least favourite City player ever.
Really? Ever?
And Stephen Ireland.
And he's campaigning with Jesus Navas, so it's a tough race. So.
Yeah, well, no, because you used to complain about Navas.
I was thinking about this the other day, but we won games with Navas. He wasn't so bad. The team would lose games because of him.
You've won games with Mangala this season.
Yeah, but
I think you're winning games despite of Mangala, which is the issue.
I think so too. And Umtiti's just Mangala, but better. If we,
Yeah. No, Mangala makes your defence very Liverpool.
Yeah. It's very true. It's very true. And Fred from Shakhtar and John Michael Seri seem to be the other transfers, but United apparently interested in Seri now. So I don't.
You say just United. Barca are also interested.
Yeah, well.
Yeah,
so
I think
Barca only got Paulinho.
Is just searching for the next Kante, and I think that's what all this is.
Yeah.
Just going for really hard working centre defensive midfielders. I think because they've seen how Kante, having that player in your team, can win you the league. Kante did it 2 seasons in a row. If one wants that kind of player now. But I would love Liverpool to have that kind of player. Because we just don't have an energetic defensive midfielder.
We've bought Keita, haven't we? He's coming in the summer.
Not a defensive midfielder, though. He's attacking. He's more box-to-box.
But if you watch Leipzig play, it all goes through Keita.
Yeah,
he's a very lively player.
Keita's not the one to kill it. The thing that Kante does is he kills the enemy. He kills the opponent's
Ruthless Kante.
Yeah, he kills the opponent's attack. So that's what everyone wants in the minute. And I think that's why you bid, because you've got that in Fernandinho anyway. Fernandinho's brilliant. He was amazing last night against Bristol City.
He was great.
Killed dead every attack they had that went near him, just killed it. Yeah. And Dino's great, but Dino's 30, 31?
I believe he's 31.
Yeah, so you want the next Fernandinho, the next Kante in your team.
Yeah, I think Seri is more of a fit.
Well, Khedira is doing the same stuff that Kante and Steph did, but he was just a bit slower about it.
Very true.
He was basically the first of it. But yeah, he still does in the Serie A, but I think the Serie A, you don't have to be an amazingly physical player in the Serie A.
Yeah.
You just have to have the smarts of where will your opposition attack.
I think to be successful in the Serie A and Bundesliga, you just have to be disciplined. You don't have to be as physical or as quick. You just have to be quite disciplined.
I think tactical.
You'll do well in those leagues. So if anyone is coming up to the Premier League, it'll be nice. It'd be anyone in a defensive midfielder role. It'll be weird to see how they adapt. See what happens.
Yeah, that's an interesting thing about Fred as well, because Shakhtar's team is pretty much attack, and he's quite. From watching him play, he seems more of a Keita type player than a Kante or a Fernandinho. So I'm not sure how that works. I do worry about him being too attacking to be a only central defensive midfielder.
I don't think City should be too worried, because I think Fernandinho's going to be this good for another year or two, maybe. So I don't think you should be that worried.
Who, just out of interest, who would you go for, Seri or Fred?
Seri.
He hasn't proved himself in Champions League, though. At least Fred's...
He hasn't got the chance to. No, I think Fred's a higher profile player, but I think Seri is the harder worker out of the two. Or I think he's more of a workhorse, and I think Pep would probably prefer Seri, but I think it's going to be easier to get Fred now. Shakhtar are selling players again now, so I think it's going to be easier to get Fred. So I think Guardiola will go for that. But I think I would prefer Sarri in my team.
If you look at Guardiola teams as well, the central defensive midfielder who cuts out all the attacks and mops up all the loose balls is so important. Like your Sergio Busquets, your Philip Lahm at CDM, just incredible.
He had Alonso for a season, didn't he? 2 seasons.
Yeah, I mean Alonso.
Yeah.
This is a little bit different, but I don't want to get too carried away. I'm very happy with Fernandinho, so but
yeah. Starting next season, you might want to start probably rotating with him. So that's probably why he's looking at other players.
Who are Liverpool interested in at the moment?
I've seen 2 players today. One of them I don't know a lot about. The other one I do not want anywhere near my club. One of them is Luan. I don't know a whole lot about him. I'm seeing mixed reports. Some people saying that he'd be great. Some people saying don't want him. I'm happy with Firmino up front anyway. So
the problem is he is this Luan guy. He is 24 years old, and he would be coming from the Brazilian league. So yes, Gabriel Jesus came from the Brazilian league, but he had years in him. He had plenty of years in him. But Luan, I don't know. I'm a bit.
Yeah, the other player is Solomon Rondon, and I don't want Solomon Rondon. I don't know why we're apparently linked with him. I hope it's not true, because we don't play well with target men. That's proved very big in the past. The way we play at the moment, target men that work, we had it with Benteke, we had it with Andy Carroll. Both of them.
Solanke is kind of getting it.
Yeah, well, Solanke works a lot harder than both of those, and I think Solanke will get goals. I think Klopp can find a way to get Solanke to work, because he is so quick for his size, which is pretty impressive. But yeah, we don't work with target men, so I don't know. I don't think we are linked with Rondon. That's probably just a rubbish rumour someone's made up on Twitter. That can't be true. I hope it's not true. Please don't be true.
Talking of Liverpool, Real Madrid have been sniffing about.
Oh, they're always sniffing about.
But they're sniffing about for Salah now.
They're not.
No. I mean, I've heard a controversial thing about Liverpool. There's a guy that I watch, and he mentioned, "Are Liverpool a selling club?"
Yeah, 100%.
But it's depressing to see how years have gone by and we have turned into a selling club.
Oh yeah, 100%. It hurts me because I love Liverpool, but yeah, we find a player, we make him the next big thing, and we sell him. Did it with Torres, did it with Suarez, did it with Coutinho. We almost did it with Gerrard in 2005, but we convinced him to stay. We did it with Arbeloa, we did it with Xabi Alonso, Mascherano.
Steve Finnan.
Stuart Downing.
Downing. Brilliant players.
I was being serious.
Big Andy Carroll.
Yeah. Andy Carroll, yeah. That made him great. Sold him on for minus 20 million. Something like that.
Did we sell it for 15 mil, did we?
12, actually. I think we sold him for.
What?
I've just looked more into Luan, and he has 106 starts for Gremio and 26 goals.
That's
great.
No. Also,
but is he an out-and-out striker, or is he like?
He's more like he's that Lukaku type. He's the hold-up play. He'll hold up play. He'll be able to pass it to the wingers, but with the inconsistency of our wingers, I don't know if I'd want that.
Well, Firmino does that very well. The hold-up play, playing off the wingers, being creative. But if Sturridge is going, then and probably do need another backup. So yeah, I can't really say a lot because I don't know enough about him to judge it. I'd have to wait and see until we got him and then judge our performances there. So, any other big transfer news going around at the minute?
Well, there's a big obvious one. Sanchez, Mkhitaryan.
I think it was the best deal possible for both clubs, to be honest.
I think Mkhitaryan's a younger player. I think Wenger can get the best out of Mkhitaryan because Mourinho had given up, and when he gives up on a player, that's it.
Mkhitaryan played so well in Europa League, like almost he almost won them that tournament. Well, they did win it, but it almost came down to just him. He was brilliant at times.
We have to think the start of the season as well. Mkhitaryan, what was he? It was 4 games in, was it? He had 5 goals and 4 assists.
Yeah.
But then again, you do have to think that was when United were scoring 4 goals a game.
Amazing for. Yeah, but it was just so weird how he just got dropped. I think it is a great. I think if Arsenal are going to let Sanchez go, they got another player in exchange, which don't have to find a replacement now. He's there. I think that's the best way. That's keeping Arsenal fans as happy as possible. Obviously, they'd rather have Sanchez, but it's better than just letting Sanchez go and then playing Iwobi. But they have Mkhitaryan now, so it would be interesting to see how he plays alongside Mesut Ozil.
I'd argue that he isn't a replacement at all.
No, what I'm saying is it's just another player in.
Mkhitaryan's. I think they'll play him. They'll play him as a right wing because that's what he played in Dortmund, and he did amazingly. That's why he got bought, for goodness sake. And they'll hopefully, because Wenger isn't a genius anymore, Ozil will move into that Cam spot again. Because Ozil has been playing right wing a lot lately, especially tonight.
He's playing well, I think, lately. But who do you play on the right wing then?
Mkhitaryan.
No, sorry, on the other wing.
That's where I think they have a massive gap in their squad. They've given Sanchez away.
Malcolm.
I don't think Malcolm's getting touched this window. I don't think he's going to get touched until.
Would be mad to let him go mid-season, but if he did, that would be big for Arsenal.
Huge, especially with the Aubameyang rumours as well. Getting Malcolm and Aubameyang and Mkhitaryan in the same January transfer window, for goodness sake, would be broken, if anything.
Arsenal at the moment a lot of time play like a left cam, right cam, and then they, depending on who it is, they play more left forward, right forward, a little bit deeper because they've been playing Iwobi and Welbeck. They both play a bit more far forward. I think that's probably what they'll go with, and having Ozil and Mkhitaryan behind any striker is pretty terrifying. So if Lacazette can start putting the goals away, I feel like Arsenal are going to... I don't know about them defensively still, and I still don't think their midfield's good enough for compared to the rest of the top 6. But
top 4. I who they signed. I think it's too far gone.
Yeah.
I think if they did get Aubameyang, I think they could push it. Aubameyang's a very physical player. Yes, he's in the German league. If anything, I'd argue the German league's like a clean Premier League. It's still physical, but you don't get these lofted up through balls from the inside of your own half. It's just not scrappy. I think it's still a very physical league, and especially with Aubameyang's pace and strength. A perfect Ozil pass to Aubameyang, that's goals galore.
I'm not sure that Aubameyang is the answer. I think they're better off trying to get a left winger and maybe another midfielder. But I personally have faith in Lacazette.
Yeah, I think obviously you're not going to say no to Aubameyang if he does want to come to you. Get him anyway. Like, why not? But I don't think he should be the priority. No. I think the rest of their team should be the priority. I think their attack is good. It's the rest of their squad.
Right. I think the season has carried on where you see Xhaka, he's getting better with his discipline. He hasn't got red carded in quite some time.
Jack Wilshere, great form.
Jack Wilshere is got to be in the English squad for the World Cup. If he's not,
100%.
I'm rioting.
Is that rioting or writing? You just want to like strongly worded letter?
I'll do a bit of both.
Dear Mr. Southgate, how dare you?
Right, an angry sign.
I won't even call him Mr.
Hashtag Southgate out.
Oi, Gareth.
Go to Russia, just hold it up around the streets.
Let's move on to some quick fire debate to finish this off. So I'll give you 2 options, and the first person to say whichever option you want gets to have that one. The other person has to argue the other one. I'll give you 30 seconds for your point, and then 15 seconds after the other person's made theirs to do a rebuttal of their argument. So, first person to say one of these options gets to argue it.
All right.
Okay, first round. Who got the best of the Sanchez deal?
Arsenal.
United. I'll go.
Well, no, I said the wrong team. No, Arsenal.
I'm going United.
Well, that's okay. Liam said first, so Liam's got Arsenal. 30 seconds on Arsenal. Go.
I think Sanchez clearly wanted to leave. He didn't want to play for the club. He was done. If you're going to get anything for him, you want another player, another quality player. They got that Mkhitaryan. I think Mkhitaryan does want to play. He used to support Arsenal as a child. He will play well for them. And I think is the best what they could have got. Sanchez was a great player, but he didn't want to play for them anymore. So, yeah, I think they did really well in getting Mkhitaryan.
There you go. Okay. 30 seconds on why Manchester United got the best of the deal. Go.
Do I really have to say that much? Sanchez, we've seen him at his best. We've seen him at Barcelona, where Pep Guardiola loved him. He thought he was the next big thing in Barcelona team. Barca sold him, bit upsetting. Arsenal, when he played for Arsenal, he carried that entire team. He assisted, he scored, he did absolutely everything. Imagine this in a United team. You got Lukaku. He's struggling to score goals.
There you go. Aaron loves Sanchez. And,
so what do I have? 15-second rebuttal now.
He's excited to see him play alongside Lukaku. Let's go.
He scored a scorpion kick.
There you go. Okay.
Mkhitaryan scored that scorpion kick, didn't he?
Yeah.
There you go. Is that argument? Yeah.
Okay. I guess you get a rebuttal for that, Aaron. Go.
I don't really know what to rebuttal again. Like, you haven't won, but like, Sanchez is a monster. Sanchez is Premier League proven. Mkhitaryan obviously isn't. He had a good start of the season. He's dead now. Let him be.
Oh my god. Alright.
Mkhitaryan just murdered.
Breaking news.
By the way, Aaron, there's a really obvious rebuttal there. The scorpion kick was actually offside.
I'm gonna give the point to Liam just because Aaron didn't say the scorpion kick was offside.
That's so dumb. How was I gonna remember that? Come on.
Alright, I need to not get stressed and say the wrong person this time.
I'm just gonna check the status of something because it's quite important to the question. Okay. We're at half time. Who wins tonight, Arsenal or Chelsea?
Arsenal.
Chelsea.
Okay. I'm gonna shorten it to 20 seconds, so you gotta get thoughts in quicker.
Shall I go first this time?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Thank God.
3, 2, 1, go.
Hazard is incredible. He is amazing. Hazard and Kante. Kante is brilliant. I haven't been watching the game personally. I just think Chelsea have the better squad and the depth. Look at the subs bench of Arsenal. There's not many big names.
Hazard, and Kante. That's the headlines. Okay.
Imagine 2 Hazards in that Chelsea team, though. Ooh.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
I also don't have Hazard, so I can't use that argument, I'm afraid. But no, I just think, Arsenal are great form in the Premier League, but I think when it comes to competitions, form doesn't matter. It's just who wants it more, and I think Arsenal want it more. They got knocked out of the FA Cup. Wenger needs this.
Time. I'm gonna call that one there.
Yeah.
Because Liam conceded very early the point that Arsenal do not have Hazard. There was no way back.
Basically,
yeah.
Okay. Napoli or Juve?
Juve.
That's Napoli then.
Okay. We'll go with Napoli first then. So 20 seconds on Napoli. Go.
Yes.
the football they're playing this season is so fast, so brilliant. Dries Mertens is in the form of his life. I think they'll take the league. Juve, I think will probably go further in the Champions League. But I think if it comes down to the league, they're just so much quicker, so much better, more solid.
20 seconds on Juve. Go.
Juve, as we've seen in the Serie A over years and years, they do not lose. They had a terrible start to the season. Don't get me wrong. They were under Inter Milan, even Roma at one point. But now they're winning. They're not drawing. They're not losing. They're just winning. And I see Napoli slipping out.
Okay. 15-second rebuttal. Go.
I don't think they're coming back. I think they're just not as strong. You say they're just winning. They did lose to Cagliari on the 6th of January. They didn't. I read that wrong. They actually won.
That stat ball was impressive. I'll give you that.
Yeah, well, they actually won that game. I read it.
This rebuttal is the worst.
That's gonna call that one.
I'm gonna guarantee that one.
They lost against Cagliari. Oh wait, no, they won.
Yeah, away from home as well. It was only 1-0 though, so could have been better.
I've got one more question lined up. So
I don't like this game anymore.
We'll say that if Liam wins this, I'll think of a tiebreaker.
I don't think you're gonna have to think of a tiebreaker, to be honest.
Okay, well,
I'm not doing very well.
Let's just play for funsies then. Should Watford get rid? Should they have got rid of Silva?
No.
Yes, it is.
Okay. So 20 seconds on. Yes, they should have. Go.
Marco Silva showed that Watford's strength, the Watford squad's strength at the start of the season. Don't get me wrong. I think they were 4th at one point. They were just killing the Premier League. But then you did see the decline, and I don't think that's Marco Silva's fault. I think that's the squad's fault. But with the squad he got, he wasn't getting the best out of them, and I think he should have got sacked.
I think. Did you forget which side you were arguing for?
Yeah.
No,
leave us. No.
No,
okay.
The last bit.
All right. Liam, are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go.
Like you just said, it wasn't Marco Silva's fault. They're 10th in the league. No, he doesn't deserve to get sacked. What for the 10th in the sack of managers? What is this World Cup to? No way should he have been sacked. The form they're in different form, but that's expected of a mid-table team. They're not going to be amazing all season. They had a fantastic start. They were like top 4 for a while. No way.
Okay, and 15-second rebuttal. Go.
We've seen decent managers deal with squads, weak squads. We've seen it with Pochettino. He brought Harry Kane to the pinnacle of his life. Same with Dele Alli. Marco Silva could do it with Richarlison. Richarlison has been linked with so many clubs. He could do with it, but he didn't.
I don't.
Can I go?
Yeah, sure.
He did do it with Richarlison. Richarlison's been amazing this season. That's why he's linked with moves away already to Tottenham in that. That's just a mute point, I feel. Saying about Pochettino, but what for the 10th in the sack of managers?
Okay, 2-2 now. I gotta think of a tiebreaker now.
Yeah,
no way I lost that one. Yeah, I did it to chat, but you had the shit one to vote for because.
I mean, he shouldn't have got sacked.
Okay, well, are you both ready?
Yep.
I'm so ready.
Wow. Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh, wow. All right. So we'll go to a tiebreaker question that I've just thought of on the spot. If Zinedine Zidane is to get sacked, who should Real Madrid get in?
I can't think of Pochettino.
Are we being realistic in this circumstance?
I feel like it's Real Madrid. I feel like any manager is realistic.
Yeah.
Did you say that Pochettino was linked with the Barca job, though?
He's been linked with Real Madrid
save that
for as well.
debate, mate. Just big fucking answer.
All right, okay.
How long does it get to think of an answer before I win?
Long enough.
What's his name? Oh, who's the guy that managed Roma but now's at Inter? Oh.
I cannot remember.
Hold on, I'm just doing. You can cut all this bit out.
Call him Mr. Roma Man.
Mr. Rummerman.
I'm gonna have to listen to this whole podcast.
Luciano Spalletti.
Spalletti. Okay.
I'm going to go first so Aaron can try and memorise that name to say it a couple more times. So you like.
Well, it's going to make you go first anyway. That's fine. 20 seconds on Pochettino. Go.
I think current manager markets, Pochettino is the best option. He's so proven. He's done so much for this Spurs squad. Yeah, Harry Kane's brilliant, but he's made other players fantastic. Players like Moussa Dembele, Alderweireld, Dele Alli. He's just brought this whole squad together to be an absolute unit, and I think we need that.
And 20 seconds on Spalletti? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, that's it. Luciano Spalletti I'm talking about.
Spaghetti.
You ready?
Okay, yeah, go.
Luciano Spalletti, he was manager at Roma. Roma were not a good side when he took over. They were about 10th in the league. They were not going anywhere at all. Luciano Spalletti did push them up into the Champions League spots. Now he's at Inter, and he was challenging for the title. He just hasn't got the depth at Inter, and I think at Real Madrid he definitely have it.
Okay, 15-second rebuttal on Pochettino. Go.
He did have Mo Salah, though, and Team Egypt, so it's pretty easy to do well when you've got him in your team. So there you go. I don't really have a rebuttal.
Homage to Mo Salah.
Aaron might be right in Spalletti, so I don't really have a rebuttal there.
And I guess you can have a rebuttal on Spalletti. Why not? And go.
I win. I win. But Spalletti is the winner. There's no way he can not win this argument. I'm just going to carry on saying Spalletti.
I should have said Pochettino would bring Harry Kane and Dele Alli.
No, he wouldn't.
As Aaron so brilliantly pointed out, Spalletti is the real winner.
I like how gracious you were in defeat.
Thanks. Wait, what?
I win.
Wait.
I love how gracious you were in defeat. You won, though.
Granit Xhaka just scored for Arsenal.
Was it a banger?
No, he rebounded. He just tapped in.
That's just about all our talking points covered for today. So thank you to Liam.
I'll see you next time.
And Aaron.
I'll see you guys next time.
That's
not
how podcasts work. Tune in next time. Then we'll have a snazzy outro.
I'm going to go for a piss while you do that.